like, where do you find the like the hope to keep going, to like the, what is the word, like motivation to keep going?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the passion. If you have the passion, like, and also don't take no for an answer, like just keep trying until you can't try no more.
I love that. And you're passionate about all these projects, which is crazy. Like, you're so divided. How do you how do you show passion to each project? Because I think I get overwhelmed. I do the same thing. I get overwhelmed.
I know. I think that's maybe where the burnout happens, and maybe why like my mental state isn't the best, because like I try to juggle so many things at once, but it's all things that I love, so I like make time for it. But like for Escape the Night, for example, that's just like, that's number one priority. So that like takes my full focus and my all energy, and I feel like some things kind of get left behind in that time period.
Because that takes what, like 8 months of the year or something, you guys said? Like, you're basically your whole year.
Yeah.
And also like your partner Daniel, like he's also very heavily involved with that. So like, doesn't that take away time from like your guys' like life, or is that your life is working together?
Yeah. I mean, as a YouTuber, I feel like our lives are just one big blend. There's no personal life in like YouTube life. It's all just one life.
So would you consider him somewhat of like a business partner too?
Daniel?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
We actually don't work well together at all.
But he produces a lot of it, right?
He produces on set. So that's only really like a week. Like the show is all pre-production. So it's all like planning, and because when we film, it's like, it's all whatever happens. So he's more of like the just person on set who makes sure everything's like going well.
Okay. I always wonder that, because I always know you guys like film together. Like, obviously you're filming all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just
he was more involved in like helping me film stuff for my channel, but we kept like getting into like arguments, and it's just like, because he would want me to be a certain way that like he would film a video, and so he would just be so angry behind the camera when I like mess stuff up or just be like my dumb self.
So now you just are kind of separate on that,
which has been so much more healthy for us.
You guys have been together so long, and I always wondered that too. I mean, obviously my relationships come and go so quickly, and I'm like, how do you keep it together? Being a personal YouTuber, meaning like you do share your personal life. Like, how does he keep it together? How do you keep it together? Like, what's the secret? Do you guys like, and you guys are together all the time?
I think it's because I'm a Taurus, and I just I stick to comfortable. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm happy here.
Oh yeah. So you're just, what's he? What's his sign?
He's a Sagittarius, which is actually like pretty much the opposite. It's like he wants to go and explore and travel. And, yeah.
So you just have that comfortability.
Yeah.
I love that. If you guys ever got married, do you think you'd vlog it?
Yeah, for sure.
You would?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow. See, even me, I don't know if I would.
You wouldn't vlog your wedding?
I don't know. Don't you think some things don't you want to say? And this is coming from me.
There are some things, but for that, like, I'm planning on, like, I want to make it like a full, like, movie. Like, I have a vision in my head of, like, I want all the guests to arrive in, like, a horse-drawn carriage down into, like, a forest with, like, twinkle lights. And I'll be dressed up as a prince. And, like, people will arrive. And, like, the only way they can leave is by the horse-drawn carriage as well. And just, like, super whimsical, almost like Twilight vibes of, like, that wedding that happened in that movie.
Wow. You've really thought about it.
Yeah.
Directed by Andrew Valentine.
I don't know when that's going to happen, but...
Oh, nothing. No plans yet.
No.
You guys have been together how long?
5 years. Or 5.5.
So much longer.
I know.
That's crazy. What is your plans for 2020? What's your goals that you can control, that you do know what's going on?
I'm going to practice witchcraft.
No.
Yeah.
What? Wait, what? Have you told anyone about this?
No, but I'm going to. Oh, I'm getting super into like the spiritual world, so I also want to test out my magical abilities. Okay.
I have always thought this about you. You have something different about you.
Thank
you know what I mean? Yeah, no, it's a good thing. It's always a little eerie, like a little like, oh, like it's kind of like in a good way. I don't know, but maybe it's wizard. What is it? Witchcraft? What is it?
Yeah, witchcraft.
Is that the same as wizardry, or is it something different?
I mean,
witchcraft and wizardry, isn't that the same thing?
I feel like it's the same thing.
Okay, so and guys can be witches.
Yeah.
Okay, and what is a witch?
I mean, I think it's just someone who has like powers.
Like super, like that can tap into something supernatural.
Well, yeah, but also like there's just like energy type witches that I feel like I just want to play more with energies. Like, obviously, you know, I love crystals.
Yeah.
I feel like that was just like the beginning of my calling, is to just like dipping my toe into the spiritual world. So I really just want to get into, I mean, I still have a lot to like learn and explore, but I just know that like something's drawing me towards that.
Really? And what do you think? I think it's like something that you're like called to do beyond like YouTube, or something like just for your personal self?
Just like a little side project.
Witchcraft is your side project. I love this. Oh my God, how trippy. I never knew this about you.
Well, as a kid, like I always wanted to be a witch. Like I would make potions. I would like get like a broom and like fly around my front yard, and I'd look up at the sky and I'd see like planes moving in the sky, and I'd be like, "Hey Kiki, how you doing up there?" Like thinking it was like my witch friends like floating around up in the sky.
And how old were you?
I was like 7 or 8. Oh my God, I have this so funny story. So I used to make potions all the time.
Yeah.
And so with my cousins, and I would get these glass bottles from like Marshall's or whatever. But my cousin was over, and I didn't have any more potion bottles. So we dumped out a hydrogen peroxide bottle from under the sink, and we would mix together like all the lotions and shampoos and all these like chemicals from under the sink. And I didn't know, but my mom, she would use hydrogen peroxide as a mouthwash.
What?
I know. It's
Don't you
weird.
like die from hydrogen peroxide?
If you swallow it, but she would like swish it in her mouth. And so we made a potion in the hydrogen peroxide bottle.
Oh my God.
She squealed like a damn little pig. Like literally thought I'd killed my mom.
Oh my God, did you drink it?
She like swished it in her mouth and she spit it out immediately.
But she didn't swallow it.
No.
What was it? What did you put in it?
I mean, there was probably just like bath cleaner, like shampoos, conditioners, like all little
Oh my God.
bleaches.
Oh my God. She probably thought you were trying to kill her. Oh my God. Have you ever told that story before?
I wrote it in my book.
Oh my God. And what did she chalk it up to? Was she like, they're just kidding? Did you tell her?
Yeah. I mean, she like threw up for like an hour, but she...
Also, why is she
left it off.
swishing with hydrogen peroxide?
A lot of people do it, actually. It's like a mouthwash.
I don't know. That's so interesting. Do you do it now? Do you make potions now?
No, but I should.
Oh my God. That could be your channel like direction for this year.
Ooh.
I don't know. Maybe there's guidelines on YouTube that you can't do witchcraft.
I'm sure you can.
You can, you think?
Yeah.
Because I guess it's sort of like a religion, right? It's kind of like...
Yeah.
It's like a higher being. Maybe that's why you're able to do all the stuff you're able to do, because
maybe
you are like you said, manifestation. Like maybe you are just tapped into.
I feel like
higher
that is a form of witchcraft.
manifesting. Yeah,
I think so.
I'm sure. I mean, to think something and then like have it come to fruition.
Yeah,
that has to be witchcraft. I would think when you watch like movies like Harry Potter, were you ever like, oh, like I feel that?
I mean, I always wanted to be like Harry Potter.
Really?
Like, just living in that world would be everything.
I know. I remember your audition tapes were